Hi everybody, we're here at Boushey Vineyard, which is in the Yakima Valley. We're not far from Grandview. Right now I am standing in the block that has become known as one of the La Serene blocks. So this is a 1996 planting at Boushey Vineyard, so this is pretty early days for Syrah in Washington State, being the first Syrah was planted in 1986 at Red Willow. We were there this morning. This is actually the same plant material. This actually plant material came from Red Willow Vineyard from Mike Sauer in the 90s, and from Mike Sauer to Dick Boushey, and he planted it here. We are up again above 1,200 feet elevation. We have two parcels of Syrah here, so this is always a really fun site to work with every year. It's really fun when we get it in the winery and get to ferment it and blend it. So this specific block we're standing in right now, we call it the upper block. And so you'll notice behind me, we are actually facing south. So this is just has a little bit of a south aspect to it. We have another block just behind me, across the way, across the compost pile, you could say, that actually faces a little bit north, and we call that the lower block. So really, Bob's always had a philosophy of diversity and diversifying our vineyard sites. So in a warm year, the north-facing site or block might do a little better. It might be our preferential pick that year. And in a cool year, the south-facing site might be a little better. And I think it kind of highlights this philosophy that, especially in a state like Washington, we're very young. We don't know that there's the perfect vineyard site yet, so we're hoping to take advantage of the best vineyard parcels, or the ones that are the most successful in any given vintage. And that's really our philosophy at Boushey, which we've been doing since 1999 to make our La Serene Boushey Vineyard Syrah. You know, this is an interesting spot for us. This is usually one of the latest vineyard blocks that we pick. I think in 2011 this went all the way until the last day of October when we picked it, actually. And there's a reason for that. Again, we are a bit high elevation, you could say, in the scheme of things of what we do up at above 1,200 feet. But also, this site is uniquely sheltered. We're kind of in the bottom of a little bowl here, you could say. So to the east and west, both sides of us, there are some hills, and then of course to the north and the south, we have just at least some foliage, some fruit tree orchards, some hills behind us here. So really, this little sheltered pocket, it takes a long time in the day, like even on a hot day. It doesn't heat up here till 10, 10:30, 11 a.m. and it starts cooling off earlier in the day. So despite the fact that bud break happens here only, you know, a week later than most other parts of Washington State that we source fruit from, this can often be 4 weeks later than a lot of the other Syrah sites that we work with. So Boushey Vineyard is always a distinctive wine. The La Serene is always a distinctive wine in our cellar. Because of that long extended hang time, I feel like we get the most wild, gamey, smoky, flinty aromas in this specific Syrah. So we hope you enjoy it, and thanks for watching.